Welcome back, you beautiful people, to the 2026 El Predicto. If you've been around for a while, you'll know that this is probably about the 10th year that I'm recording one of these and posting it up to tell you what I think is going to happen in real estate in Ottawa in 2026. As always, if you have different opinions, feel free to drop them down in the comments below. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this with someone who you think might be interested. But let's stop talking and jump right into my number one headline point is this. If you're waiting for Ottawa real estate to dramatically change in 2026, keep waiting because I don't think that's what's coming. 2025 was not a comeback year. It was not a crash year. Okay. It was a sorting year. Now, before we talk about 2026, we need to actually audit what happened. Royal LePage projected around 4% growth rate, and Remax projected around 2.5%. I didn't give a specific number. I said Ottawa would split into two different markets. Homes that were priced properly would transact, and homes that were too high would sit. And we'll look at how that actually played out. So, starting with detached homes, you can see here I forecast about 3,000 sold, 3,000 max listings at any time, 7,000 sold, and 3% price growth. The real numbers are there below. Directionally, it's very close. The detached demand held. Now, townhomes and semis, I projected 1,000 max listings, 4,000 sales, 4% appreciation. The actual volume was stronger, and the price growth came in a bit softer at 1.4. But the problem was halfway through the year, condo townhomes got reclassified into the segment, so it diluted the appreciation and inflated the volume. If you flatten that adjustment, the projection lands much closer, but it also comes at the cost of the condo apartments because the condo townhouses were linked in with the condo apartments. So we actually saw lower numbers in terms of the number of sales. I did project stronger sales and modest growth. The actual sales were lighter than expected. The prices were essentially flat, slightly negative. But again, that came at the expense of the condo townhouses, which were supposed to be pushing up those prices. I overestimated the condo appetite in a higher rate environment. But here's the bigger point. Ottawa didn't move as one market, exactly like I said, right? Now, the takeaway isn't whether I was off by a decimal or a couple thousand or a couple hundred or whatever it was. The takeaway is that segmentation played out exactly as I expected. The detached behaved differently than the townhouses, which behaved differently than the condos, which behaved differently than the detached. It's like a Dr. Seuss riddle that goes in circles. 2025 confirmed structure, and structure is what matters going into 2026. So, the 2025 year proved that Ottawa is segmented, exactly like I expected. The detached houses remained resilient, especially in scarcity neighborhoods where lifestyle demand and equity buyers carried the market. Think Glebe, Westboro, the inner city core markets. The townhomes moved on affordability math. The volume held, but the appreciation was capped. See, you can replace a Barhaven townhouse with another Barhaven townhouse, and it's essentially the same house, but just on a different street. The condos were the most rate sensitive. The higher carrying costs, the increased condo fees, tighter budgets, overall slowed that segment first. It wasn't volatility, it was sorting. So if you priced correctly, you sold, and if you anchored to 2022, you sat. And so if 2025 confirms structure, then the question is, what is 2026 going to look like? I don't think it's going to be dramatic. It's not going to be explosive. It's just going to be a little bit tighter. We're going to see some modest shifts, not major swings. So for 2026, here's what I expect. Sales likely are going to come in modestly below 2025 in the 3 to 7% range. Sales should be down 3 to 7%, not plus 3 to 7% on that slide, whatever it is. Inventory is going to trend modestly higher, perhaps 5 to 12% year over year. And the prices are likely going to be flat, slightly negative overall, somewhere between 0 and down 2%. Not a crash, not a boom, just more friction in the system. The segmentation will continue. The scarcity neighborhoods likely hold better, but the commodity product remains math driven, and math might not be mathing. The condos likely stabilize before they meaningfully grow again, so it might not be a great year for condos. It's not a volatility year. I want to really hammer that home. This is a discipline year. So 2026 is not about predicting a dramatic shift. It's about understanding where you sit within the layers of this market. So if you're buying, strategy matters way more than headlines. And if you're selling, pricing discipline matters even more than it did last year. If you're waiting, clarity matters because Ottawa isn't unstable, it's maturing. And in mature markets, expertise matters.